when I was in high school, I was dating this chick. We had the same major. You know, with your major, you got like 2-3 periods of the same class throughout the day.
Right.
And in high school. So we got cool because we was in this class for a long period of time, not because necessarily we was the best match for each other. We were just around each other a lot, right? And what ended up happening is we dated for a minute, you know, and she lived way out in the suburbs. And I had a car at the time. I used to drive out to the suburbs to see her. Low-key lost my virginity to her for the second time, right? You know, the first time, I was 12 the first time I come there. But this is the real time.
The real time.
Yeah. We fucking for like 45 minutes.
That's a long time for the first time.
I didn't bust. I was whacking off like crazy.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So I didn't even bust. Yeah. But anyway, so we had a pretty serious situation going on as for what I thought for a high school situation, right? So one day I drive out to her crib, as I always would, and when I get there, she's not answering the phone. So I'm waiting outside. I'm like, damn, what the fuck going on? She lived kind of far in the suburbs. So I'm like, I'm not just finna turn around and go home.
Right.
Drove a little distance to get here. You know what I'm saying? So I come up, and when I get to the front door, it's like the screen door is unlocked and it's kind of cracked open, and then it's the main door, like this wooden door. So I pull open the screen door to knock on the wood door. 'Cause, you know, why would I knock on the outer door if I could knock on the inner door? It's louder type shit. Open the door, knock on the inner door. Take a while for motherfucker to come to the door. She finally comes to the door. She opens the door, and then she grabs the screen door, closes it, and locks it, and was like, "Hey, what's going on?" And I was what? Bro, she opened the main door, grabs the screen door, closes it, lock it, like, "Hey, what's going on?" I'm like, "What the fuck you mean? What's going on?" I told her on my way over. We just got off the phone. Like, what are you talking about? So she's like, "All right, hold on. I'll be right back." Close the door again. To go away for maybe like 5-10 minutes with my dumb ass and standing at the door waiting. And she finally let me in. When she let me in, I'm in the living room with her 2 little brothers. These niggas is like in elementary school. You know what I'm saying? And she kind of like in the back somewhere doing some shit. And then she come back and I'm like, man, what the fuck going on? Ooh. And she just trying to like, she kind of like, oh, everything cool, woo, woo. Like, you know, my mom gonna be home kind of soon. Like, kind of, it seemed like she's trying to get me to leave a little bit. Yeah. I want some coochie. I just started fucking. I'm like, yeah, I'm like, oh, fuck all right, think you talking about. I'm trying to get some coochie before I get up out of here. I would tell these little niggas play the game. Like, what are we doing? Like, type shit. So I go in her room. I go in the back, go in her room. I chill in her room for a minute. And she's still kind of like trying to get me up out of there. I ain't no like overly like, I'm thirsty, but I ain't pushy type shit. Yeah. So I'm like, all right, let me just get the fuck up out of there. Get in the car, leave, dip off. About maybe a week later, her mom called my phone. And she was like, hey, I just want you to know that so-and-so, like she said, I don't finna say her name, but she was like, I just want you to know that she got a boyfriend that's out here in the suburbs that she's been fucking with for years that she's cheating on with you, right? And that nigga was over here when you was here. He was hiding in the closet. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was in her bedroom closet while you was here the whole time. And like, I'm just telling you because I'm concerned for you. That nigga in the streets, he dangerous. I don't want nothing to happen to you.
The same nigga that's hiding in the closet?
The nigga was hiding in the closet. I was in her room. Yeah. She like, that nigga from the streets, he dangerous. I don't want shit to happen to you. And I was like, it was like jaw dropping shit. Like at 16, 17 years old.
No way women would do this to you.
Bruh, it's crazy. So, you know, that was a crazy experience for me. And I'm glad it happened. I'm glad it happened because it semi took the rose-colored glasses off. It didn't take them off to the point where I felt like any woman would do this, but it did make me assess red flags. It was the first thing that made me start assessing red flags and just stop looking over everything. So today's episode is going to be about just that. Terrible things that we glad happened to us.
If you lazy, you waking up at fucking 3 o'clock in the afternoon and shit like that,
popping bottles,
you're setting the tone for everybody because you're the leader.
Popping pills.
That's just what comes with being a man.
Popping bitch ass niggas.
I don't want nobody making decisions over my life except me. Not a woman, not a judge, not an officer, not no motherfucking life.
When them bullets hit him up, look like son had a seizure. Run out, give it up, you know the procedure. I be sipping Jack and honey.
I don't think nothing can make me feel like a man. I don't think nothing can make me not feel like a man.
Chains on my collar.
You can't take the benefits of being a man without the responsibilities.
Give you niggas halos on God in the cake.
Welcome back to Roses I Dare. I'm still Terry Roseland.
I'm Jones.
And yeah, welcome back, man. Roses I Did. This is the show where me and hold each other accountable. The show where we walk the path of self-improvement. The show where we, cut the bullshit and get straight to the real shit.
For sure.
What's going on? How's your week, man?
Fuck this shit.
Okay.
Shit.
Sounds a little bridge jumpy.
Oh, damn. Wow. Yeah, not that deep.
Fuck this shit is crazy.
Fuck this shit is crazy.
How's my week? I feel like that question, I gotta answer that because somebody else asked me that.
Are you triggered?
Huh?
Are you
No,
triggered?
not triggered. But I gave like a generic. I'm like, oh, it was good. Ooh, it was cool. And she wasn't going for that shit. She like, what do you mean that good, cool?
Tell me about your week.
Tell me about your week.
Right.
And I literally couldn't because I didn't know. Like, she like, what are you like on autopilot? And I was like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, I'm on autopilot right now. Like, I'm not really paying attention to my days for real. Where I could be like, oh yeah, this happened. Like I feel like it's the same shit. I got like a schedule, and nothing amazing is really happening. Nothing like that stands out is really happening. It's just like I had a good week, and I couldn't point to anything, and I was like, damn, I got to be more intentional. I'm like, all right, like this moving forward, I'm gonna start paying attention. Like, how is my weeks going for real? Like, I didn't start being able to point things out. And then I think later that day, I was like, "Oh yeah, wait a minute," and I was able to point something out, but I was just basically like in a blur, like, oh yeah, we cool. So nothing too crazy, nothing too bad or good, but yeah, I'll have a better answer for y'all next week for sure.
Yeah, that sucked. My week was pretty good. The weekend was cool. We did the Margarita Fest. We took the kids to see the doctor, Dr. Eli. Took her to a rush hospital with the village. That shit was super dope. It was a good, reactions online. People was like, it seemed like they really value what we're doing with the young guys. So that was cool. Our mentee, the one that I talk about the most, the one that's in a situation similar to my situation as a kid, he got a job and shit finally. So, I was able to take him to fill out his tax information for work because he was like, "What the fuck is this shit?" Like,
Man, man.
He set it up to where he giving $15 extra in taxes to the government. I'm like, "Why'd you do that?" He's like, "I don't know. Like, I just like, you thought they needed it more than you? Like, what's going on? Why'd you do that?" So, I was kind of helping him out with his tax documents and getting all his shit in order with his job. So, and helping them map out things, man. I got some shit that I want to say for advice for boy moms today, and it's based on that. But other than that, man, like I said, the Margarita Fest was dope. What we else did? We did the hookah shit. They overly taxed us for that shit. I was at the hookah bar with my shoes off, but I felt good. But they taxed us for it.
That was an expensive hookah night.
Y'all niggas don't invite me out no more, and now I feel left out.
We be with the hoes, Jody. Sorry.
Yeah.
And why I can't be with the hoes?
Cause you gonna make it uneven. You gonna make it uneven, and you gonna try to fuck somebody's girl. We don't want that.
Y'all afraid that I'm gonna take y'all hoes?
Not take them, fuck them.
Right. We're not saying they gonna stay, but
Okay, so what's the problem?
I don't want to share.
I'm not gonna
But
fuck y'all hoes.
the tax information, that is way more important than the periodic table of elements.
And the Louisiana Purchase too.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, to this fucking day, every time I fill that out, I'm not sure I know 100% what's going on in that motherfucker. I know what, you know what I'm saying? I know how to fill it out, but it's always, because like you fill that out every blue moon as an adult.
Facts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it could be like you fill it out today and you don't fill that motherfucker out for like 2-3 more years. You fill it out again. And I'm not pretty sure we know what the fuck is on that sheet.
It has to be intentional because why is it standard? Like, taxes is just as much U.S. history as anything else we learned about U.S. history. The Boston Tea Party, the Louisiana Purchase, like,
Facts.
the tax code ain't just adult shit. It's history. It's like, it's important. Like, you need to know this to be a citizen. And you're absolutely right. Like, majority of the shit that we learn, it's a school right now that's changing school, and they taking away teachers from gen ed curriculum. So every kid in the school, they have proof that kids don't need to go to school for 2 hours a day for general education courses. And all of their kids are still testing in the top percentile in the country off going to school for 2 hours a day with an AI teacher. And the importance of the AI teacher, and I know people gonna be like, oh, people losing jobs. I kind of don't give a fuck because it's making kids better at doing what they do. So, nigga, find something else to do. But this AI teacher is dope because, let's say, everybody learn different. You got a teacher with 30 kids in the classroom. Every kid got specific needs. It's no way to meet every kid needs. So if I want history, like, for example, I make Carter history lessons that I make on ChatGPT is in the form of comic books, right? Because that's what he's into. He's into comic books, he's into superheroes and shit like that. So I'll be like, tell the story of Huey P. Newton as if he was a superhero.
I beat
so
that, yeah.
An AI app can do that. So let's say if a kid had to learn history, but his AI app knows that he likes the graphics of superheroes, then that's what they do. And they keep him engaged the whole time versus a teacher can't do that because the other kid don't give a fuck about superheroes and you lost this kid, right? And then you might say, fuck it, because I'm into superheroes, Iron Man is going to be my math teacher. You know what I'm saying? So when I log on for math class, it's fucking Iron Man teaching me math and now I'm locked in. But then, so they do school, regular school with AI online for 2 hours a day. And then the rest of the school day, that's when they have teachers to teach them dance, theater, science projects, all these different type of things, right? Music, all these different things. So they spend like 5 hours of the day on what we consider electives, but they're building like career-based skills.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. I don't even know why the fuck we got on that topic.
Because about the whole taxes thing. And
yeah, I just got my taxes done for the last 2 years today. It's just crazy.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
That's actually, it's not. No, I know some niggas who got about 4 years backed up.
They haven't done their taxes?
Yeah.
You can only go back
3
3 years.
I know some niggas that got about 4 years backed up.
Damn.
That nigga ain't never filed taxes. But I don't know. Other than that, man, the week was good. We did the hookah shit. We did went to expat again. We need. I feel like we need a new spot at this point.
I was finna say expat ain't it.
You ain't fucking on it no more?
I'm really not.
We was there for like an hour and we left? Mm-hmm. Maybe if that. I barely even remember. I was fucking slapped.
Yeah, that was a day.
I had more fun at Steak and Egg than expat. Yeah.
But yeah, like expat, if the space it's just losing its even though it's once a month. That's fucked up. Like your spot, you do this once a month and we not feeling that shit.
I didn't feel that way about Easy Does It.
No.
I was in that bitch every time for like a year and a half. And I don't know, maybe it's because of how lit we was coming in already that like Easy Does, like expat was like a downer. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. I don't know.
It just wasn't it.
I don't think so.
I don't know. Yeah. We also bought a little sand to the beach. So that was that.
True that.
Moving forward, yeah, that's about it. Patreon today, what we talking about? We never got a chance to talk about all of the shit that's going on in the world. We need to talk about what men can learn from all of these different scenarios that's happening right now. You have the Tory situation. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? What can men learn from how that's playing out, whether it be the prison situation or otherwise. Chris Brown is in some deep shit.
I heard you might be out of that shit. Well, not necessarily out, but
bonded out.
Yeah,
he bonded out for sure. You got DDG, which is a little bit more relevant to our topics. You got Diddy. You got so many things going on.
What's the common denominator in all of these situations?
Niggas and women.
A woman.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it's not to say like, oh, women, but the common denominator in most niggas' downfall is a woman.
What Chris Brown got to do with women?
He said most of the situation.
Right. It's like the one. He hit a nigga upside the head with a bottle, whatever. Cool. But like the common denominator in most of them situations is women. Mm-hmm. And it kind of leans into that saying like, a woman gonna be a nigga downfall. Mm-hmm. And so in Patreon we'll go into how to stay out those situations, like how to stay out those situations where a woman will lead to your demise. or how she can, like, you know, I'm gonna say that a woman will lead into your demise. Come to Patreon, we'll break that shit down.
Let's talk about it. If you're not in Patreon, you need to get in Patreon, because if you're not in Patreon, you won't be seeing us at fucking all.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You'll never see a nigga again. For sure. For real. So if you get into the Patreon, you can get in at any time. It's free to get in Patreon. You'll still be able to see the episodes that you already see. You just have to see them in Patreon. It's absolutely fine. Once you get in Patreon, you can still watch the episodes through YouTube, through Spotify, listen through Apple. You just have to join Patreon first, and then you could get access to all of our episodes on those other apps still. It's just going to be flowing through Patreon, right? Still free. We just need you in the community. If you're not in the community, then we'll see you when we see you.
Bye.
Indubitably.
Still love you. All right. What else do we got before we start? Made in Chicago weekend.
Made in Chicago.
It's coming up.
That shit coming up quick.
Is buy one, get one free. Is that still going on? Until when?
Yesterday.
Oh, it stopped?
When this episode dropped.
Oh, okay. Damn. Well, the prices are back to the normal prices, but if you want to pull up to Made in Chicago weekend, we have 5 events over the course of a weekend. You get a wristband, you come to all of the events. If you don't want to get a wristband, come to the event, you want to just come to one event, pop in, see you later. We not fucking with you. This is not for you. This is for people who want to build community, people who want to spend a weekend together with new people, meeting people, bonding, building relationships, and things like that. In Chicago, in the most beautiful city in the world, doing some of the most fly shit that you could do in the city. That's what it is, Made in Chicago.
Because a lot of y'all, I want to go to the WIT. Well, I just want to go to just stay home.
Well, just go to the WIT.
No. Oh, well, you can go to the WIT, but
you won't be with us.
It's gonna be us. It's gonna be you.
Yeah.
You know, we'll say hi, but you know, no, you're not getting in our section.
It's like a fucking Chicago retreat type shit. Like you come to the city, you see how our city do it, and you see the way we do it in our city. So that's the unique experience of it. Like this is the type of shit that we would do in our city if it was a lit ass weekend.
Absolutely. So that's that, man. Let's jump into it. Let's jump straight into it, actually, man. Terrible things that have happened to you. Before we even jump into the specific things that have happened to us, let's talk about why bad things can be good in the long run. Mm-hmm. Why do you think some of your worst experience ended up being some of your best experiences when you look back at them?
Because you just don't know how shit gonna play out. It's like that Chinese proverb when the kid fell off the horse and broke his fucking leg, and then his neighbors was talking to the pops like, man, you know what I'm saying? Thank God he didn't break his neck. Like that was turned out like no. Well, I think the neighbor said like, oh my God,
that's terrible. He's
that's so
maybe.
terrible. And then the pops was like, I don't know.
Yeah,
like, I don't know yet.
Yeah,
you know. So that's such a good proverb because in our lives, like we in the moment. Shit do be terrible in the moment. That's how we look at it, but we don't have like that foresight of, because you don't know how this is gonna play out. This probably is a good thing, but it's really hard to have that perspective when it's your story. Like hearing the story about hearing somebody else's situation, or I'll just look on the bright side. You never know, God could be protecting you from something. You ain't trying to hear that shit when you in it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. But it is a reality. Like, who knows how this is gonna play out for you.
This is a very perspective-based thing.
Yeah.
Something terrible that happened to you is only terrible if you don't learn shit from it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, a lot of people might hear that and be like, hell no, because this shit happened to me and and this is fucked up. It is fucked up. And it's even more fucked up if you didn't gain anything from it, if you didn't see a silver lining in it, if you didn't use that to make you a better person with it. It propelled you to, I can sit here and say like, oh, I was teaching for 7 years and 7 of my kids got killed. That's always going to be terrible. But it got me out of teaching and got me doing into what I'm doing now, and I'm helping kids on a higher level than I was able to help before.
Facts.
It's not saving those 7 lives.
Right.
But it's helping.
You had to lose those lives.
So many other people. I ain't gonna say I had to lose those.
And that's not. I'm not even trying to say it like that. But it's like
I get
you had to experience a loss for you to understand the impact that you can make on other lives, so that you don't continue to experience a loss in that particular way. Because that's not even gonna say that you won't experience loss in the future, but it's gonna. You've done what you felt like in your heart you needed to do to feel like, you know what, I at least tried.
For sure. And so when it comes to just, the perspective that you have, you gotta look for the silver lining in things.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And you gotta understand that at some point you gotta stop categorizing your experiences. And because I've benefited off enough bad things happening that when bad things happen now, I'm not even looking at it like it's a bad thing.
Like
it's just
now,
a thing.
when quote unquote bad things happen, like for me, it's just annoying. It's just like I'm literally my perspective is, and I appreciate this perspective. Like when I'm in the seat, like right now, I'm in a quote unquote bad season, as somebody else would say. It's annoying, but my mindset is literally, I can't wait to see what God finna do with this. Like, I can't wait to see how this is gonna turn around. I know it's gonna turn around. This is quote unquote bad right now. It's annoying, but I've experienced enough bad, quote unquote bad things that turned out to be good later. To whereas it's also annoying that I can't even be pessimistic. Like, damn, like I'm going through it, but I also know that it's good in it. So I feel like the best thing you could do is know how to stand in shit.
Yeah. And that shit ain't never not turned out okay.
Yeah.
When you think about it. She ain't never not turned out okay. Right now I'm in a situation where my job is, I talked about it, I think last week, my job is like, hey, we offered you this promotion, but we're gonna like retract it unless you go get a master's degree.
Yeah.
At least sign up. Like, you know what I'm saying? You gotta enroll in school and we'll give you the promotion. But if you don't get this promotion. And I'm like, damn, do I really want this promotion that bad to go into debt, into school, and da-da-da?
Into debt.
And my mind instantly just went into, like, me and Jody talked about it earlier. It was just like, what else can I do with this degree outside of this role that you offering me? What else can I do with this license? You know what I'm saying? That can be profitable. And it's like, that's just where your mind gotta go.
Yeah.
Like, it gotta go there every time, immediately. Like, how do I turn this around?
Yeah.
Like, immediately. You know what I'm saying? And because you know you can at the end of the day. So that's what we on today, man. You want to jump it off? Or you want me to jump it off?
No, I got a story. I think, how old was I? I might have been 18 or 19, something like that. I'm 18 or 19, and this is back when like factory jobs was like a thing. Like you get into a factory job. I think at the time, like back in 2009, 2010, $15 an hour was like fucking what you wanted to be making or whatnot. So I had a factory job, but Union Pacific, they started hiring and coming in the door. And it's so crazy perspective. Like they were starting you off at $40,000.
You're right.
That was a shit ton of money back then. Like to start at 18 years old in 2009 at $40,000 a year is probably the equivalent of maybe $80,000 a year today. I would say at least 80.
With the buying power.
Huh?
If you're looking at lifestyle, maybe.
If you're looking at lifestyle and just the buying power of $1 back then. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that opportunity came up, right? So I applied and I knew somebody who a friend of the family worked there, but he didn't really help in that process to even try to get me like an interview or whatever, however it go. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, you know, by the grace of God, my application get pulled. They like, I bet. You know what I'm saying? You got the interview. I'm like, cool, bet. Hey, I'm excited as hell. So for that particular, what was it? I want to say it was I don't know if I was gonna be on the train or something. I forgot. But either way, I got the interview. And the interview was a couple hours away. And they gave you a hotel room because you had to drive out to, or however you was gonna get to the place, you had to get there. You had to take this test. So I got my car. CJ came with me. Shout out to CJ, my cousin. And we drove out there, stayed in the hotel, and the next day I take this test. I take the test. I'm nervous as hell. I'm excited. I'm like, damn, this could change my life for real. So I get out there, I take the test, and you found out like right after the test if you passed or not. So I take the test. I'm feeling confident. I'm like, bet you got to get a certain number. I forgot what the number was, and they came out. They came out, gave me the test results, and I failed the test by one question. Like if I would have got that one, I'd have had the job. Like that was the whole interview or whatever. Like you good. I failed it by one. And that to me, that was like horrible. I literally remember like, what's better than, you know what I'm saying, $40,000 a year? Like what's better than, you know what I'm saying, a good job? I'd have had the benefits. You know, I was beating myself. I didn't have nowhere near the perspective I have now. That was like I catastrophized the hell out of that situation. But I feel like if I would have got that job at 18, that would have killed my entrepreneur spirit that I developed, you know what I'm saying, a few years later. Yeah. I feel like I would have been very complacent. I would have been very, you know, I'm going to stay here, I'm going to work this one job, retire, you know what I'm saying? And that's not a horrible thing, but when I think back on it, the path that I ended up taking and all of the skills that I ended up developing over the years, just through entrepreneurship, the books I've read, the audio books, the people I've met, the hunger that I have, the mindset that I have, the drive that I have, it all came from not getting that job. I feel like if I would have got that job, my path would have been a lot more linear. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, now it's like, I appreciate that. For sure. But in the moment, like not getting that, and especially since I didn't go, and I think that what made it even worse was I didn't go away to college. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like with the rest of my peers, I didn't go to like a 4-year university. And so in my head, it's like, if I'm not gonna go away to school, like that was the next best thing so I could feel productive. That was the next best thing to where I felt like I would feel successful. Because in my head, I'm like, shit, nigga, we 18, 19, all my peers, they started college and I'm 4 years ahead of them, already making $40,000. By the time they get out of college, shit, I'm gonna be making damn near 70, 80, whatever, at 22 years old. You know, I did the whole math and everything. So when that didn't happen, like it was such a crash, and I couldn't really see the benefit of that.
Yeah, I like your point, and I get it. Like I think the worst thing that you could give a young person is enough money. Whew. You know what I'm saying? Like enough money to do the shit they want to do at the moment, because the shit that you want to do at the moment don't cost nowhere near as much shit as you really need to be doing. And it's in just a few years. And $40,000 at 18 is beautiful until you 25. You know what I'm saying? Like. And I experienced that myself, like, you know, not going straight to college and but I wasn't doing like those type of jobs to actually pay well. Like I was doing like retail shit. Yeah. And then you make enough to go to Mr. Ricky's, you make enough to go to, you know, whatever. There's no sections back then. It was no pressure to travel. Nobody traveled. Like we traveled to Miami a couple times really young, and that was just so impressive to everybody. Like, damn, how the fuck y'all, you know what I'm saying? Niggas wasn't getting on planes going nowhere. So but then when you hit the age where people is coming home from college and they is, shit change. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't getting it just ain't working like that with you making this little bit of money, working at Target and shit like that. But it's like now, even though this shit was just cool a few years ago, now it's not. And you hit a ceiling because you don't have the credentials to make more money. So I think that's like the worst thing that could happen. I ain't never let my son do no retail shit.
No, it's too many opportunities out now, and there's too many different ways you could be creative to make that same money. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not no real money. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You could honestly use, you know what I'm saying, your gifts, your skills. You could just be way more creative to go and make $400 a week.
Trade school 6 months, bro.
You know?
Trade school 6 months, G. Yeah. Like, let's stop the bullshit, for real.
My sister's my sister's husband's son, all of that. I don't know how to, I always get lost when they talking about, my second cousin, baby. That shit confused me. But my sister's husband, my sister's husband's son, he learned a trade. It was construction. And he went off to college, and he came back early. And like, of course, everybody wanted him to like, bro, what you doing? You tweaking right now, like, because he was real good at football too. But he didn't get into school that he wanted to get into, so he was just like, I'm cool. So he came back home, and he started working with his older cousin. His older cousin was in construction, and like just over the years, he just developed that skill, and they can make spread. You know what I'm saying? That's a hell of a trade to know how to do. You know what I'm saying? Like he could always make money. Yeah. Somebody always needs something done, you know?
Yeah. So for me, one of the most terrible things that I'm glad happened. I was about 18, maybe 19. I'm going to see my homie over on 79th and Paulina, not too far from here in Auburn Gresham neighborhood. Badass neighborhood, especially back then, about 08, 09. And I turned down his block. The police get behind me, but it ain't the blue and whites. It's some detectives that get behind me. And this is my first time ever being pulled over, right, in my car.
Mm-hmm.
So I just pull over to the side. It's a residential block. As soon as they walk up to the car, they open my car door and pull me out of the car. Shit is moving super fast though, right? They moving super fast. 2 white, swole, bald head white boys, bulletproof vest on, street clothes. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, all right, this shit kind of wild. It's broad daylight. It's probably like 3 o'clock in the afternoon type shit. They put me on the sidewalk, kind of up against the gate, and they handcuffed me first, right?
Mm.
Ain't no reading, no rights type shit. Like they just handcuffed me and they started like patting me down, but it was like the fastest pat down ever. And as they patted me down, they like putting their hands in my pockets, just pulling shit out and dropping it. Like they're not even looking at it. They just pulling it out and letting it hit the ground, pulling it out, and it just go through my pockets and shit. This shit happened over fast. Then the nigga pulled my pants down, right? Like my drawers still up. The nigga pulled my pants down. I'm handcuffed, and he kind of walked me to the curb and like sit me down in the grass, right? And I'm just sitting there, and they start searching my car. So
Pants
they
down.
Huh?
Pants down still.
Pants down still. Yeah. So embarrassing as fuck, right? But I've seen them do this shit to niggas in this neighborhood before, right? It just never was me. So they searched my car, and I don't know if it was my car was on some janky shit or they just knew how to do this shit. But the back seat of my car, you know, your back seat is technically like one seat.
Yeah.
They took the whole shit out the car and put it on the sidewalk. Like they like dismantled the car, bro.
Like it's a couch.
It was like a couch. It was like it was sitting on the sidewalk, like next to me, type shit. Like, and they continued to search the car, and they didn't find shit. I ain't had shit. You know what I'm saying? They ain't find shit, and then they uncuffed me, and they got in the car. They got in their car and they drove off. They left my car seat on the side of the road. I did not know how to put that shit back in, and like make it actually attach type shit. And I got in a car, like as soon as they pulled off, I realized that they took my phone.
Yeah.
So I left the fucking car seats on the side of the road and just hopped in the car and followed them to get my phone back. I'm like, damn, y'all got my, so I got on the main street on the side, I got caught up with them, got on the side of them. I'm like, damn, y'all took my phone. And he like had like phones on the dashboard of the car. And he was like, this one? I'm like, yeah. And he threw that shit through my passenger window. Like I was on the left side of them, and the nigga on the driver's side just threw that shit through my passenger window, and they pulled off. And I was like, this shit is crazy. And that was a good thing because it taught me that it don't matter. Like it really grounded me and it made me stop thinking like, oh, you know, I'm doing the right thing out here. I'm not like these niggas. They on the block. You know, that shit happens to them all the time. They out here running the streets. They doing different shit. Like, no, bro, you're not no different in the eyes of them. You're not special. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, this shit have happened to you too. Like, there's no different between you, Trayvon Martin, Tamir Rice. Like, they would do you the same way. The just because you not in the streets, just because you don't got shit in your car, just because you not selling drugs, not running around with guns, like, that shit don't mean nothing. I think I had that mind state of like, oh, the police don't. I had never really been pulled over before, but I'm like a good kid. I had that mindset. I'm a good kid, not in their eyes. And I needed to learn that early. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because taking that for granted could get you killed fucking with the police.
For sure.
And I realized that a lot of black people don't have that experience because when I told the story on here before of when I was in that high-speed chase, and I was in a high-speed chase. I went to the girl house, boom, boom, niggas chased me from fucking Harvey all the way back to the city. And there was so many people in the comments on TikTok like, nigga, why did you call your homie? Why didn't you just call the police? I'm like, nigga, at that point, like I would never, even at now, I would never think to call the police for nothing.
Yeah.
Like it don't even cross my mind to call the police because the police are dangerous. If I'm in danger, I'm not calling the police. You know what I'm saying? Like I can name so many instances where the police made shit worse than what it was. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I didn't got my car broke into. When we first started the podcast company, we had all the shit that cameras, roadcaster, computer, all that. Had that shit in the car behind the barbershop. Nigga broke in the car, stole all that shit. I go make a police report. Oh yeah, it was 3 cameras, right? Yeah, right, nigga. All right, whatever. Like, oh you like I'm trying to scam. You know what I'm saying I had more shit than what I had. And it's to the point where I'm at the police station like, bro, like, nigga really broke my car and took my shit. Like, he making a report, but he, like, trying to clown me, like, trying to make it seem like I'm lying about the shit. I asked another officer, like, hey, can somebody else do this shit? Like, he kind of on some bullshit. And she like, I was like, nigga, shut up. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I'm just like, bro, what? And that shit just really grounded me, man. It was another experience I had, and this was it wasn't recent, but it was way more current than that. This is after college. I go to a party at Promontory, maybe 5 years ago. I go to a party at Promontory. And, you know, we in Hyde Park, so you got to park on the side blocks. And I got my homie in the car with me. We go to the party. I get back in the car, and I'm looking for the aux cord to plug in my phone. I can't find the aux cord. I get to looking for some other shit. I couldn't find that. And then I start looking around my car, and I'm like, damn, somebody broke in my car. Like, all my shit gone. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't nothing in this motherfucker. Like, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, somebody broke my car, took all my shit. But maybe I left the door unlocked because it wasn't no glass broken, no shit like that. So I'm like, all right, fuck. I pull off, and I hit the main street, and I'm riding down Lake Park. And I see a nigga with a Walgreens bag, a white man, an old, like, white homeless looking dude with a Walgreens bag with some Timbs hanging out the top of it. And I'm like, that's all my shit in that bag. I had some Timbs in the backseat of my car. I'm like, this nigga broke in my car and put all my shit in a bag, and he walked down the street with it. I pull up, like, he crossing the main street, and I pull up in Hyde Park right on 55th, kind of going towards 14th Parish. I pull over where he at, and I hop out the car and start following him. As soon as I hop out the car, it's an Asian couple walking down, and they instantly hopped on the phone and started calling the police on me. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like I'm chasing this old white man.
Yeah.
And then there was somebody else it was a white couple across the street. They looking like, ooh, I'm like, fuck, like, let me call the police.
Yeah.
So I'm following him. He's still a decent way ahead of me. So I call the police like, hey, somebody just broke in my car. They got my shit. It's a white dude. He got a black pea coat on, like little trench coat looking situation. He walking down this block. Whoa. They like, all right, we on the way. Woo, don't touch him. Don't do shit to him. We on the way. I keep following nigga. Now my car not even like my shit halfway in the street, halfway in the parking spot. I follow this nigga for blocks. I just left my car right there. I follow this nigga and he started going in an apartment building. So I know like once his apartment building door closed, I can't get my shit back.
For sure.
If this is a black person, I probably would have whooped this motherfucker ass when nobody would have called the police. I wouldn't even thought twice. But because it's a white man, I feel like I'm going to jail if I touch this nigga. So let me just play it cool. So the police coming down the block while he's walking in the building. The door closed. I'm like, all right, it's cool. The police right here. The police pull up and hop out on me. I got on a brown peacoat. I didn't even realize that. So they hop out on me like, what the, like, woo. I forgot what they was saying, but they was like on some like trying to arrest me type shit. And I'm like, nigga, I said white man, black peacoat. I'm a black man in a brown peacoat. This nigga got my shit. He just went in this building. And it was a black, I was like, oh, bad. Ooh. We just saw you looking hostile. So I'm like, he just went in this building. Like, oh yeah, we can't like, hot pursuit. We can't just go in that apartment building. That's residential. Like, it ain't shit we could do. You know what I'm saying? But even the fact that they hopped out on me like that was just like, I don't know, man. Like, those experiences just really like show you, regardless of what you do as a career, regardless of where you feel like you sit in society or what mistakes you feel like you didn't make, in the eyes of America, like, we all the same. And all that looking at the next nigga like, you better than him because he chose this path like and you chose that path, that shit don't mean nothing.
The first time I had a crazy experience where I realized that me being a good kid don't mean fucking anything.
Yeah.
I was early 20s. I'm riding down 87th. And not even early 20s. It had to be, well, it is early 20s. It had to be like literally 20. Like 19, 20 years old. It was a dude who used to patrol by 87th and Jeffrey by CVS. And all the niggas who I was hanging with and just people in that neighborhood know like he just be on bullshit. But in my eyes, I'm like, he be on bullshit with the niggas. Y'all. Yeah, like, he be on bullshit with y'all. I happened to be in the car with one of my homies, but he wasn't ever on no bullshit, and we just so happened to get pulled over by this nigga. And he wasn't a dicks. He was blowing whites. Get pulled over. he didn't ask for my license. He like, get out the car. And like when you that young and it's like, you just do it. You don't know for real. You know what I'm saying? So
I ain't doing that shit. I'm getting out the car now.
Yeah, right.
I don't even fuck with niggas with that. I know my right shit.
Yeah, like that's
nigga,
dangerous.
You want my car? Fuck that. We fight the police in court. We ain't fighting police in the streets. Nigga, we gonna do whatever the fuck he told us to do.
Yeah, so he pulled us out the car and he just harassing us. You know what I'm saying? He just saying wild shit. And his partner is searching the car. Partner comes back to us. We standing on the curb. And he like, where the fuck y'all going? We like, nigga, why does that matter? Like, you know what I'm saying? We going up the street. He like, all right, we gonna do something. And we like, the fuck? He said, he pointed to me. He said, slap the shit out your homie, we'll let y'all go.
That's crazy, yeah.
We look like, is this real right now? Like, what the fuck is going on?
Right.
He like, slap him, we'll go. We like, man, watch out. He like, man, get y'all bitch ass in the car. And like, let us go. But this is the people who's protecting and serving.
Serve
us.
and protect. Yeah.
Like that
Serve
was
and protect,
insane. You know what I'm saying?
Man, and we this shit could be a whole episode.
It really
like,
could.
Fucking with the police, G. I had one. I ain't even gonna go to the good experience. I'm gonna say that for the end. Nigga, I'm coming back from Carbondale. Now it's different in Carbondale. Like it's bad in Chicago, obviously, because niggas. It's like, damn, there's so many layers to this shit. First of all, the police is just a white institution. So if you become a black face in a white institution, eventually you gonna take on that stance. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I think that's what goes on in big cities like Chicago. So this black cop is just as much on bullshit as a white cop. Might be a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Depending on who it is. And Carbondale and Southern Illinois, where it's just like real racism, like real white people. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a different level of hate, and you just feel like they're going to kill you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you really feel like that. Like, versus you come into so many bad situations in Chicago where it's just like, it'd be like, this shit could go left, but down there you feel like this nigga, this motherfucker is racist. Like, it's fuck. This ain't about no street shit. This a college. He know I'm not a street nigga. He don't give a fuck. Man, we coming back. I get pulled over for being in the passing lane for too long. I didn't know that was a fucking law. Like, if you're on a 2-lane highway, you can't stay in the left lane. Like, you gotta stay in the right lane unless you passing somebody. And then I didn't know that was a fucking law. I found out the hard way. We get pulled over for the shit. It's me and my homie. He a super suburban nigga though, like super Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. So, I'm driving. The police officer asked me to get out of my car. And my homie on some like, nigga, why you asking me to get out the car? He ain't even woo. Like, he like, I'm gonna write y'all a ticket, but I think he like, I don't want you to pull off on me. It was an old white man. He like, I don't want you to pull off on me. I ain't doing no high speed chases. You get out the car and come with me. I'm like, what? So I'm like, okay, cool. I go stand next to his car. He like, nah, get in the car. I go try to get in the back. It's a big ass dog in the back, like a big ass German Shepherd in the back seat of the car. He like, get in the front. I'm like, bro, what? He like, get. Yeah, I'm like, I just stand by the car. He like, no, get in the car, get in the front seat. So I get in the passenger seat of the police car. It's a big ass shotgun, like sitting in the middle of, the shotgun be sitting up straight with the computer and shit. And I'm like, okay, cool. I'm like, what's going on? He like, I just want you gonna wait right here until I write your ticket because you're not finna pull off on me and put me in a high speed chase. I'm like, I ain't gonna pull off on you. Like, no, sit right there. The dog in the back, marching back and forth and shit. Like, I'm like, what the fuck going on? He like, close the door. I had the passenger door open still. Like, close the door. I pull it like to where it's like, touching and shit. He like, nah, close the door.
What the fuck, bro?
I'm like, this nigga is gonna kill me, G. Like, what the fuck? I was so scared, bro. Like, I was so fucking scared, bro. I was terrified. And because we're on a highway in the middle of nowhere, like somewhere between Chicago and Carbondale. It's like a 5-hour drive, so we in the middle of nowhere. And he ain't really do shit. Like, I don't know if he just wanted to scare the fuck out of me. He wrote the ticket and shit. He gave it to me. He was like, go ahead, walk back to your car. Don't do that shit no more. And it was kind of like, he wrapped it up. He said a lot of condescending shit while he was in the car writing the ticket and shit. But that shit was that was scarier than, it's been times where police officers have walked up to my car in Chicago with their gun out. Like, you looking through your side mirror and you see this motherfucker hop out to pull you over and you just see him off top, got that bitch in his hand walking up on the side of you. And that shit is scary, but in that situation, I'm like, this nigga ain't really finna like get the shooting in my car. It could happen, but like I don't know no niggas that happen. I see that shit on TV. I don't know niggas that happen to. boy, down there.
Yeah.
I'm talking about.
You know where I live, like out there.
Yeah.
Like if I get pulled over, you know my truck got tents all around.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as I get pulled over, I don't give a fuck what season it is, I let all the windows down.
Yeah.
Like in my experience, they appreciate that shit. Ain't gonna lie. Like they like, oh yeah, thanks. You know what I'm saying for letting. Cause they walking up on that bitch. You know what I'm saying? Hella nervous.
Yeah.
I let all the windows down, and it was a time where I was on my way home from the gym, and it's a certain point in my trail home where you get off the main road and you kind of like going through these like woods to get back on another main road. Officer came behind me and cut his lights on while I was in the middle of that.
Yeah.
I kept the fuck going.
Yeah.
Like he flashing his lights or whatever. I'm like, I am not stopping in the middle of this shit. Like there's nothing right here. And when we got to like the main road and shit, he pissed. Why the fuck you seen us? You see me behind you? I'm like, officer, I ain't gonna lie to you. I wasn't finna stop back there where that was for your safety and mine. I ain't gonna lie. Like, whatever you got. If that's a ticket, write me the ticket. But I wasn't finna stop in the middle of that shit.
Yeah, that's my life. Fuck is you talking about?
Yeah, you could have said anything back there.
Nigga, I remember one time me and Lil Marcus, we going to the movies, nigga, out in like Country Club Hills. We going the shit right off 120. I don't know what the fuck it is, but Crestwood. We got Crestwood, and we make the wrong turn, and we shorties. We like in high school, like. We make the wrong turn, and we like, what the fuck is the movie? You know, that shit right there. Like, that shit right off Cicero. Like, it's literally right there. Like, we like, what the fuck is this shit at? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and these white boys get on the side of us, and he like, bro, ask them where the fuck the movie's at. They in the car playing loud-ass music. So young white boys, they probably in their 20s. They playing this loud-ass music and shit. And I wrote on one, like, hey, where the movie's at? He like, oh, that's where we going. Follow us. And then we get to following them. I'm like, bro, this shit ain't this far, bro. I was raised not to fuck with white people. Like, off top, nigga. So he might not have been raised that way. So he like, oh, they gonna take us to the movie. They say they going to the movie. I'm like, nigga, nah. So, nigga, we get to a turn where it's like you turn off into the woods. Like
get the fuck out of here.
The story that you just said made me think of that. It's a turn where you turn off into the woods. Bro, all you saw was a bunch of white people around a fire at the end of that road. I say, nigga, I don't know where the fuck they trying to go. We gone, though. Like, we got to get the fuck up out of there. That shit was crazy. That shit was crazy. But, you got the next one, though?
Yeah, the next terrible thing that happened that I didn't realize till years later was, I'll say, my second heartbreak or whatever. And this was like, the one where I was a young man. Mm-hmm. I probably was around 27, 28. And at the time, that was like the worst shit ever. That was the worst shit I ever felt. Yeah. Like I just was lost in why I was feeling like that, why this happened, why I was treated like that, whatever, the whole victim thing or whatnot. And I didn't realize that it was a good thing until years later, like years later. And why that was a good thing, why me getting my heart broke in that way was because, ain't gonna lie, that's where I defined myself like as a man. You know what I'm saying? That's where I learned about my own boundaries. That's where I learned about self-respect. That's where I learned about people pleasing. That's where I learned about just putting a woman before you and, you know, all of that type of stuff. I was real green, but I didn't realize I was that green. You know what I'm saying? Because before that situation, I didn't have like a real relationship at all. I was just doing my thing as like a player per se. You know what I'm saying? I was just having fun or whatnot. But that was the first time I had caught feelings for somebody after damn near me and my son's mom's relationship. And if it wasn't for that, because I feel like regardless of where you at in your journey, you're going to experience that. And I feel like I'm glad that I experienced it as a relatively young man, because I couldn't imagine not really knowing myself. Because you don't really know yourself for real until you get put in that situation, until you know, your boundaries get tested, until lines get crossed, boundaries get tested, same thing. And now if somebody was to ask you, like, would you do this? Like, what if a girl said, you know, oh, not fuck your goals, but like get you off your path. Like, nah, I'm sticking to what I'm shit. I'm sticking to what I'm doing. I'm gonna stick to my plan, my goals. But if that never happened to you while you was like in love or whatnot, you don't really know.
Yeah.
And that was the time where that happened to me. And everything we talk about on the podcast, I was the opposite of that nigga. But if that hadn't happened, I feel like it was gonna happen at some point, and I would hate for that shit to happen. Like, imagine me now. Imagine me now, you know what I'm saying, as a 34, 35-year-old man, or even 40-year-old man, and I'm going through that.
Absolutely. Yeah, that shit shape. I don't know what shapes you more than a heartbreak.
I think that's the best thing.
Tough financial times, that's gonna shape you, and that's gonna make you more resilient. That's gonna make you more creative in ways to make money. It might make you more self-reliant. But overall character, I think I don't think it's nothing touching that. You know what I'm saying?
It's a real defining moment because you got two paths. You know what I'm saying? I feel like me and you, after we experienced that, we're both like on the same path. It's like we're not bitter men. You know what I'm saying? You can experience something like that and it'll change it. It's like a running joke. The niggas who got they heartbroken fucking in 4th grade and they hate women forever type shit. You can either go down that path and have a resentment towards women and just be like an asshole and you can't trust no woman. That's a horrible path to be on. You know what I'm saying? That's a horrible outlook to have. Or you can use that situation to hold the mirror up to yourself and what do I need to work on so this don't happen again? Yeah.
But it show you so much more than just about, because financial shit just be about financial shit. And you could get more discipline. It could help you outside of finances, right? But that relationship shit, we talking about self-worth, we talking about confidence, we talking about what do you value about yourself? Yeah. Outside of like, how good can I fuck a girl? You know what I'm saying? You know how much weight you put on that? Yeah. Think about when you talking about a girl cheating on you and she fucked a nigga, your automatic thing is like, oh, he must be fucking her better than me. Fuck how she feel about this nigga. Fuck, this nigga might have made her feel better than me. Fuck, whatever else that she might got going on that she made this decision. You get what I'm saying? You automatically go to like, he fucking the shit out of my bitch. Like, he fucking her better than me. I must not be fucking her good. And it's just so, like, it's so immature. And it's grown men who think like this. You get what I'm saying? So it really, like, it's nothing that make you look in the mirror harder than that relationship shit in my mind. Like, it'll grow you in so many different ways outside of the woman, just like internally. You know what I'm saying?
That's like that's not the saying you put a mirror to your face. Yeah, I feel like a heartbreak it puts a floor mirror in front of you. You really see who the fuck you are. You really see your simp ways. You really see like, damn, I have no backbone. Like, because it's you versus you in that moment. The mirror is in front of your face. You can't cap. It's nobody that you lying to. You know exactly what you did when you was feeling how you was feeling. You know exactly what you was saying. You know exactly how you feel about yourself. And that's not a good... You can't run away from you.
Yeah. Yeah. Look in the mirror is difficult.
Hell yeah.
You ever heard of the song Mirrors by Justin Timberlake?
I don't think so.
You know the song Mirrors by Justin Timberlake, Jody?
I think I heard it a couple times.
I think it's featuring your girl, Alicia Keys.
Huh?
No, it's not.
No, I'm just fucking
no. So Mirrors is this it's a very, very like, it's a love song. Like, it's a love song. It's a deep song. It's like 8 minutes long. This was my one of my ex's favorite songs at the time when it came out. And like, I like the song a lot, but for her, it just must have had this super deep ass meaning, right?
You just reminded me of something.
And she was singing while she getting dressed. She was singing in the mirror, and when I listened to it, it was so emotional. And I'm like, I started to like the song too. And I started to feel like this was our song. And I was in college at the time. And one day, I went to her phone.
She felt that way about another nigga.
And she was talking to her friend about the song, and she was talking to her friend about how this song made her think about her ex-boyfriend. So she was with her ex-boyfriend for about 6 years, and as soon as they broke up, we got together. We was together for like maybe a year, like on and off at that, maybe a year or two, a year and a half, something like that. And that really fucked me up, bro.
Yeah.
Cause like I had started to like the song. You know what I'm saying?
And then
like,
you hate the song.
And then not only did I hate the song, but what it taught me was about like possessiveness in love and how like people are allowed to have other experiences before you. People are allowed to feel a way about things. Now, it's one thing if you still want to be with the person that you was with, but it's some things that you don't. It's some situations that you might still feel a way about. Like it's some situations that still might trigger you, that still might linger on in the back of your head. Not that you still love the person, but you might still be hurt about how things went. And thinking about myself as a man and thinking about how I have exes who I would never fuck with again. And it's still like a soft spot, not for them, but for the shit that happened, the shit that we went through, some of the pain that I experienced in that situation. You get what I'm saying? I've been watching the TV show Forever. I've been talking about it on Patreon and shit. I'm doing a review of all the episodes of the TV show Forever if y'all want to hear that on Patreon. But I was watching that TV show and I saw the pure love that these two young people had for each other and how all of the other dynamics of that we think about today, how much money you make, how much like what's your status, like do you own a home, all that shit don't matter when you're young. It's just pure love. And I'm thinking about how right now I will never feel that shit again. Like that'll never happen again. Like it won't. And I'm thinking about the few times that it's happened before, and those times are still special to me, even though I don't want to be with those people. And that's okay. But even though we know that's okay for us, we'll look at a person we dating and just want them not to have a past, completely forget everything that ever happened with anybody before us. And like that situation taught me, and not in the moment, because I was fucking pissed. Yeah. And I still stayed. And that was another thing I learned was that you already was insecure in that situation to be going to this person's phone. Seeing what you saw amplified that by 10. It's time to walk away. You know what I'm saying? Like it's time to walk away, regardless of who you thought was wrong in the situation. You're not emotionally able to deal with this situation. You're not ready to be here. Whether that person did something wrong or whether you're just an insecure person, you're not ready for this. Yeah. And so it taught me to know when to say when. It taught me to stop being possessive over a person's history. You know what I'm saying? We possessive over a time in somebody's life that we didn't even exist. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And it taught me to not date somebody who fresh out of a fucking 6-year relationship. Yeah. Like, there'll be a lot of shit to make you think about this nigga. Like, you know, so I was glad that happened to me. Like, looking back.
I can say that's definitely I meant to say, I wrote that shit down. I had some notes for myself. But the situation where I got my heart broke, I never experienced that level of, I felt like that love was unconditional love. I can't love like that no more. Yeah. Like it's now, back then, like I didn't have a safety net. Yeah. I was just open. You know what I'm saying? I love you no matter what. You know what I'm saying? I'm super open with you, vulnerable with you, whatever the case may be. But now I don't have like a guard up. You know what I'm saying? If I'm gonna open up my heart to somebody, I'm gonna open it up to you. But it's not gonna be as pure as, you know, those first few, couple situations where when I was younger and I'm just like, oh, I love you no matter what. You know, it's just so pure. Now, like I always say, you know, I always leave a little room for disappointment, and I feel like it's healthy. You know, I don't look at that as a toxic thing. You know, I think it'll be toxic if I was holding back how I love and where I am in that situation, and I'm moving strategically. Like, no, like it just in the back of my mind, I just leave a little room where if you fuck up, I'm gonna be fine. Or if this doesn't work out, I'll be okay. You know what I'm saying? Walk away. And to speak to that song that Mirrors, it reminded me of when I was with. It was the first time, my first real relationship. She had cheated or whatever, and I didn't know at the time. And we'd be in the crib, and she would be playing on repeat Rihanna, Unfaithful. Like, cause I know that he knows I'm unfaithful. And
now
how the fuck she keep playing this song?
Damn, she wasn't tell you bad as hell. Did she end up telling you, or you just found out?
I found out.
But like she told you.
Yeah, she basically told me. But like that song was eating her up, and I'm like, why the fuck you keep playing this song? It's cool.
I'm gonna say the last one I got is that I tried to get back with an ex after some time, after I started doing better in life. You know what I'm saying? I fucked up with her. I did shit the wrong way, cheated, did this, did that. And, you know, I leveled up. Now, that's what they tell you. They, you know, you level up, get some more money, do this, do that, everybody gonna want you, everything gonna be cool. Nice. And I tried to spin a block on a chick that I did wrong. And when I say I leveled up, I'm like, every aspect of my life is better. Yeah. And it was crazy because we were cool. And she acknowledged that all the time. She was like, damn, you doing like really good. I'm really proud of you. Like, not only are you just progressing in the normal ways that people progress when they start doing better in life, but like, is your personality, like who you are to people, like you resonate with, you know what I'm saying? Your name is bigger. You resonate with different people. You're helping people. Like, you're like, you just dope as fuck. And she could acknowledge that. And I'm just like, damn. And I tried to spin a block on that. She like, nigga, no. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, that's cool, but you still are who you are. You did what you did, and I'm not fucking with you. You know what I'm saying? And for me, that was important to realize that, like, bro, you don't get to write the story. Like, you don't get to just do, like, you don't get to earn your way back into people's lives, or you don't get to do the things that you want to do that you can control and can control the outcome when it comes to other people. Like, it just don't work like that. And it also taught me to, like, do right by people the first time. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of times where you meet somebody, they're a good person, they smooth, it's easy. You know, it's a situation going smooth. You kind of got them where you want them as far as, like, they fucking with you super hard. And it's like, okay, well, let me go talk to some other people and see how I feel about this, how I feel about that. Yeah. And you might not be being honest about that, different things. You hurt somebody's feelings. And now it's a rocky road from there. Yeah, y'all kind of on an uphill battle, and you don't really get the best version of them anymore. And it kind of just taught me, like, bro, do right by people the first time. Stop trying to weigh your options out to the point where you hurting motherfuckers and you losing motherfuckers, and you realize later on that this is a solid person. Now you can't get them back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I don't feel like I ever lost somebody or not stopped talking to somebody where I'm like, damn, I tweaked. Like, damn, I.
Yeah.
I'm glad I don't. Yeah. Because I'm learning from you. Like, that's a horrible fucking way to feel.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Especially it's just like, you know, because when you start doing better in life, you feel great about yourself. You feel like, why would anybody want me? Like, I'm a catch. Like, and that
I'm a
shit
catch.
It just don't be that. You know what I'm saying? So that'll be my last thing, man. You got A&P?
When it comes to, like, discipline, the building blocks, one of them is start small and stay consistent. Discipline can sometimes feel like this big ass mountain. You know what I'm saying? Especially when it's something that you haven't tackled before. When you make a decision where, like, you know, I want to start going to the gym. I want to be more consistent with in my fitness. Or I want to be more consistent in reading. Or I want to be more in anything is big. If you never was consistent with it over a long period of time, start smaller. Like, if it's the gym, now that's one of my favorite examples. If it's the gym, you can't be like Terry. Terry could just be like, all right, I'm finna start going to the gym 6 days a week. He'll just fucking do this whole thing. He'll just start being disciplined right then and there. Yeah. Like, you can't do that. You know what I'm saying? So if you're not going at all, going to the gym 2 times a week, that's great. Start there, start small, and stay consistent. If you're not reading at all, read 2 pages a day instead of 10 pages a day. If you're not eating healthy at all, fucking have an apple. Make sure you have 1 apple a day. You know what I'm saying? Half an apple. You know what I'm saying?
Half an apple is crazy.
If that's what you got to do, that's what you got to do. But that's gonna be like because that's a building block. It's like the snowball effect. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It'll keep going, and whatever you decide to start, you could fuck around, turn into Terry, and your mind over matter is gonna be on 10. Whatever you decide, it's like, all right, bet I'm gonna start being consistent because you got the many muscles that you've built over time with a whole bunch of other little things. So start small, stay consistent.
Appreciate that, man. Appreciate the compliments. I would add this. Well, I would say this. Advice for boy moms. If you want to build your son's confidence, you need to start praising effort and not outcomes. When I used to teach gym, we used to have to play sports, basketball, football. The super athletic kids, the highly gifted athletic kids couldn't wait to play basketball. They couldn't wait to play football for flag football, whatever it was. And the less athletic kids hated it. Like they despised the day that they had to play kickball, dodgeball, anything athletic, right? And one thing I noticed is that I would make them play like 2-on-2, 3-on-3 tournaments, you know, team up with classmates and play. And it would be those two boys in the class that nobody wants to go against, so they wouldn't even play hard because it's just like, this nigga gonna beat us. And even when we did drills leading up to those basketball games, you know, and I was like, oh, let's do a layup line or let's dribble down the court, I would praise the kid that made the layup. I would praise the kid that did the dribbling drill correctly. Oh, damn, good job on that layup. Good job. Oh, you did the left-hand layup. Ooh, you going crazy. Ooh. And I noticed that the good kids got better and the kids that wasn't as talented got worse because they can't do the left-hand layup. They don't have that, right? But when I start praising effort and start praising, like, damn, good job getting back on defense. Good job trying to, even if he made the shot over you, good job trying to stop him from making a shot. And I was giving that validation, a lot of validation for the effort. Those lower skilled kids start getting better because anybody can do that. Anybody can try hard. There's no, like, if God made this nigga faster than you, it's nothing you could do about it. You can work harder than a nigga. Like, you can. You get what I'm saying? So even when it came to doing push-ups and sit-ups, I don't give a fuck how many you did. You pushed yourself past your limit, and I'm praising you for pushing yourself past your limit. And when other kids see the attention and the praise and me having the classroom clap it up for somebody who just did 5 push-ups, even though that other nigga did 50, and I didn't give a fuck about his 50 because he bust his ass for his 5.
Yeah.
They started like really going hard. So this is the thing. Effort is a transferable skill. The left-hand layup is not. There's no other place that your son is gonna go in life after basketball is over with and somebody gonna give a fuck about his left-hand layup. You know what I'm saying? But the discipline and the effort it took for him to develop that is the part that's going to transfer into other things. And that's where the confidence is. The confidence is being able to trust yourself to do something over and over again to develop these skills. You don't have to have, you know, I always tell kids when I'm teaching a lot of my kids right now about confidence. And I explain it to them like this, right? In boxing, for example, confidence, the overall confidence is kind of always going to be a sliding scale. And if I'm fighting a nigga off the streets, I'm good, right? Like, if I'm fighting a nigga on the same level as me, my confidence is just as high. If I'm fighting a nigga a little bit better than me, my confidence still pretty high. This nigga might be better than me. I probably can game plan to beat this nigga. If I'm getting that bitch for Floyd Mayweather, I'm not going to feel confident in my ability to win this fight, right? But I've developed a jab that I feel very confident in. I feel like if I'm tired, I can land this jab. If this nigga's tall, I can land it. If he's short, if he's fast. If he's Floyd Mayweather, I can't beat him, but I can land this fucking jab. I believe I can do it. That's just how because I put so much work and I put so much into it that I'm walking away with something at the end of the day, and I can build around that. And I think that the confidence really just comes from putting effort towards developing yourself in a way. And whatever the things that it takes to develop that, whether it's getting up early, whether it's staying up late, whether it's doing something over and over again, knowing that the rest of the world isn't putting that much into something, that's going to also make you feel good about yourself. So that's my advice for boy moms today, is to stop praising outcomes and start praising effort because it's more transferable.
That reminded me of how I was talking about, like, I don't care who who in front of me, like, who I erase, I'm gonna beat all y'all.
Right. Yeah.
Like, hey, I don't care. Usain Bolt.
Reggie Bolt. All right, man. That's it for today. Make sure y'all slide to me in Chicago. Make sure that y'all register for Patreon. When you go on Patreon, it's gonna have prices on there. Just click the little bubbles in the corner if you're on your phone and hit become a free member to subscribe for that. And we'll take it from there, man. All my people that's in Patreon, if you don't got your shit for Cancun, is it too late, Jody?
It's technically not too late.
It's way past the deadline though, but they can still maybe make it happen.
Yeah, y'all can maybe make it happen if y'all prepared to pay half of the trip up front type shit, so that we can hurry up and get you in a room with us. Together. Yeah, because we got a block.
We got a block?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
It's going up.
No, it's not. It's gonna be a wholesome trip, man. Thank y'all for walking this path for self-improvement with me My nigga Jones, Jody, shout out to Real not here today. Shout out to my nigga Real. This is his first time missing a game. He's like he played 81 games after 82 games a year.
This is not my first time recording, y'all.
Can we give Real some credit?
I'm just saying,
I'm just saying, like, I'm not hating on Real, but be accurate.
No.
She ain't no Real. Besides playing Sacrifice.
Shoot.
Wait, right. Do it again.
He's not going to edit that.
Do it again.
She's talking to you.
No, you, nigga.
You.
She got the camera here.
Shoot.
We out.
So, God in the king.